In my last video, I talked about going from point A to point B, but I really wasn't sure on where my point B is because I've always been highly motivated and highly goal oriented that I always had to have a destination where I was going. But I kind of touched on it last time, and the equation worked perfectly. The last time I rebuilt myself after tragedy was I just focused on my point B was being happy. And once I manifested that happiness, I was able to enjoy everything I did. I did all these cool activities, but I enjoyed life. I was happy. And so that's my main goal. That's my main goal right now, is just to manifest my own happiness. But like I said, we sometimes have these attachments that we refuse to let go of, like the shape I was in last, when all that stuff was going great, life was happy, now all of a sudden I was thrown into the storm, so to speak, right? So what do we do as humans? And, I did it this time, just like I did it the last time when tragedy hit, is I start building these, put these bricks down. I'm building this, putting these bricks subconsciously. I'm building this fucking wall around me, right? You build this fucking wall around you in this box that you're now living in, and I stifled myself until I brought myself out of it, and that's what I feel like I'm doing again this time. I guess the good thing is I now recognizing that is, because I didn't realize I was doing that. I'm sitting here building up this wall higher and higher and higher. The bad thing is about living inside of, your fortress, so to speak, is you don't allow good to come in. You don't allow goodness in because you don't trust it, because you're so used to the journey that you're going through that is the shitty story, right? So, but on the other side of that, what does get read through those walls is negativity, and in part that's why I think that I ended up getting rid of social media, because it bothered me. It bothers me that I was seeing all these people happy and I was letting it affect me on an emotional level. Right, wrong, indifferent, whatever. That's what I was allowing to happen. So when you're allowing these walls that you built, keep allowing all this negativity into your life, and it comes into your brain, right? You're locked it into your brain and it's becomes who you are. I've said this 100 times, and I don't know why I seem to forget it. Because it's hard to see through the storm. The storm tends to want us to put blinders on and cover our eyes and not really see what's coming. And so when it does come, each wave that crashes on you, it hurts. It's harder and harder to withstand each wave because, you're living with your eyes closed, with this wall that you built up around you. And I found that by releasing, detaching, and not allowing these negative things in, by knocking those fucking walls down. The problem is we all, myself included, we get our own fucking way. I get my own fucking way. And I wouldn't allow myself, I haven't allowed myself happiness, or haven't allowed myself to feel joy, because I'm so afraid that too is going to be taken away from me. Unlike what I used to do, I used to let all this positive things in. I would suck it in. I would just let it infest my brain with all these good things. I had good relationships with people. I had beautiful, amazing things happening in my life. And that's part of what created this wall, is when this bad shit happened to me, I was just attaching to that. But life is like a wave, right? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, and goes down. Sometimes this down one stays down there, not because it's meant to stay down there, it's because we fucking force it to stay down there. And that's what I've been doing, is making it stay down there. I'm not letting it get above that positive line again. So what I've kind of been thinking about I started meditating again, is allowing myself these good feelings, allowing these good positive things to come into my life. And over the last 2 days, since my video I did the other day, I've watched that several times in recap, is anytime my mind goes to something dark or negative or anything like that, I've instantly shut it off and thought about something good that's going on in my life. Okay? The blessings that I have. I have everything I need in life. I have a roof over my head, and I have a family that loves me. Everything else is bullshit. Not that I don't have wants that I want to aspire to get, you know, I'd love to get a Can-Am motorcycle. I call it the Gimpy Mobile. I would love to get that. Not in the cards. It's not a necessity. Now, I could let that want fester in me, because I'm going to be honest, when I went and looked at this motorcycle, it bothered me that I have no job, so to speak, and I have no income coming in, but here I am dreaming of this machine. But now, I let that bother me for a couple days. Just because I was so used to allowing this negative energy and negative thoughts in my head, and I didn't push them out. Now, not to say moving forward, it's going to be easier just because it's not magically one day I'm going to wake up and be fucking positive. I'm going to be a motivator again. That's not how it worked last time, and it's certainly not going to be the way it's going to work this time. So I guess that's the lesson of it, is clearing your mind, getting out of our way, getting out of my own way to let something else grow. Like a tree, if I plant a seed in a tree and I put a rock over it, is that tree ever going to grow? No. Right now I'm being that rock over me growing into something beautiful, potentially. You know, Lord knows where I would be right now if this hip thing never happened. Guess what? It doesn't really matter. I could sit here and speculate all day long where I'd be, what I'd be doing, what kind of money at work I'd be making. I could speculate that all day long, but it doesn't do me a bit of good. So I have to shut those thoughts out and bring good ones in and think about the blessings that I have in life. So pretty much that's what I'm focusing on. So the simple tools I am implementing right now is number one, when a negative thought comes in, I instantly shut it down and I think of something positive. And number two, I am meditating again. And when I get in these meditative states, I clear everything out of my mind. I've been using Holosync meditation, which is basically binary beats through some headphones. And it's quite an interesting, because it really shuts off your mind. And really what you see with these binary beats, at least for me, is it's like watching fireworks under your eyelids. And it's a very beautiful meditation. And number three, one of the things that I've been doing is, because we all know, when you carry stress, your neck starts to hurt, your traps hurt, everything gets really tight. It gets real tight. And so what I'll do is, just to relax, I'll just clear my mind. And I'll just kind of roll my head around, back, around like that, stretch it in both directions, and just relax. And that's what I do right before I meditate, or even right before I work out at the gym. I find myself just, okay, clearing out the negativity, and I'm going to do something positive. I'm going to do something that I love and get back to my passion of doing, instead of just going through the motions to mask my feelings and using it as that kind of an outlet, because that kind of outlet can turn angry if you're using it improperly. Do the things you do because you love them, not to mask what your feelings are. And I believe the more you bring in, I'm a firm believer that the more you bring in that is positive, and breathing out that negative bullshit and shutting out negative people and he said, she said bullshit and the things that really don't matter, and just focusing on the little things that do matter, everything around you becomes better. And I can't believe I fucking forgot this. I forgot everything I learned in creating the stronger version of myself that I had before. But like I said, you kind of tend to lose yourself in the storm. And I've lost myself, but now I have set my sights on where my point B is. But I'm navigating in the day-to-day. Because what happened yesterday doesn't matter. What's going to happen tomorrow doesn't matter either. It's what we do right now and how we deal with our feelings and the things that are bothering us. It's not going to this shit's not going to magically go away. It's not my hip's going to be magically get better. But it's how I manage it mentally. Do I let it affect me negatively, or do I let it affect me in a manner that is beneficial for a better tomorrow? You know, I always used to talk about build myself stronger today for potential for a better tomorrow. And that's so true. And I could really kick my own ass for forgetting these teachings that I learned, all these books I read. But that's why I'm going back to that, those tools that I used to build myself stronger once again. I'm sure I'm going to still have some bad days moving forward. This isn't a light switch that you just turn on, though, because I've walked this path in a similar manner before. Maybe it'll be easier, maybe it won't. I don't know. Time will tell. I'm not really worried about it because I'm only going to take it one day at a time. I'm going to worry about this moment, and that's it. I'm done.